we're going to talk about motorcycle profiling, not at just club members, but also independent bikers and what you can do to stop it. Coming up. Hey, and welcome everyone. I didn't even let the intro finish, did I? Well, it is Tuesday, and welcome to the show, Motorcycle Madhouse. If you like to help the show, you can do so by the Super Chat button. I really appreciate it. That keeps everything up and going here Monday through Friday, or on PayPal. Have to give a shout out to the old lady, my wife of almost 25 years. She was a little disappointed yesterday. She was in the chat room over in Facebook, and I can't see it over in the streaming software I'm at, so sorry, it happens. But she goes and says, hey, I see you responding to everybody, and I was like, well, that was Fat Daddy responding to everybody that, I can't see you. So again, tonight, Facebook, I cannot see you. Reason why is the chat takes a lot of bandwidth up in regards to all the different platforms we're on right now, and it just sucks it dry. So we don't want the damn thing buffering. That's what's going on right now. But yeah, if you guys would hit the thumbs up for the video, it would be appreciated. Go ahead and share it on your platforms. Today we will be talking about motorcycle profiling, not just club members but bikers, and what you can do to avoid it, or at least capture it on video, let's put it that way. But first, we got, we also have a hell of a skit coming up where, I like playing a little bit, so we've made a call into another biker radio show, had some fun last night. You know me, I love other biker-related content, and I also like having fun. But this article comes off of Abate of Wisconsin's Facebook page, and I read it, and I was like, damn, man, this is like old school freaking history right here, and I wanted to share it on air because it's a well-written article. I'll also have it up on Insane Throttle Biker News HarleyLiberty.com, but Insane Throttle Biker News tomorrow. And it was titled Repels Disappointment Protest Distinguished 1977 as a Pivotal Year. In 1977, we were confident our lobby efforts and past rallies would result in repeal of our mandatory helmet law. You gotta love that. And you gotta thank Abate for getting rid of that damn shit in most of the states anyway. But again, in Texas right now, they're trying to bring it back, so get on the phone with them reps. The power of the federal DOT to blackmail states was taken away in 1976 thanks to Rep. McKinney and the Huns MC of Connecticut, and member Papa Pitsley. I'm trying to go through the spelling here while I'm reading it to you. The states claimed safety was the reason for the helmet mandate, but once the federal yoke of blackmail was removed, it was a different story. Here's the scorecard after the 1976 victory over blackmail. And the reason why I'm bringing up such an older article is to show the new jacks that might be joining the station, the channels, and the radio show. It was pretty hard what they had to go through back in the 70s. And this motorcycle profiling is really ratcheting it up right now. And you can expect some of this to be coming back. Alaska, Arizona, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Connecticut repealed their helmet laws in the 76. California and Illinois never buckled under the federal threat. That's about anything Illinois has ever done good. And remained free. Maine, Minnesota, Montana, New Mexico, South Carolina, and Wyoming repeals became effective in 77. 7 other states had repeals pending or repeals that failed by veto. In Wisconsin, we were certain our efforts would pay off in 77. February 9th of 77 was the first public hearing on repeal before the Senate Commerce Committee. We thought we had this under control since SB 49 was sponsored by Senator Ronald Praise, or Payries, chairperson of the committee. Then Dick Smith of the WBBA learned that the feds were flying in Louis Buchanan, U.S. Department of Transportation, to testify against the repeal. WBBA and ABATE agreed to drop fighting the lights on provision of the bill, concentrating only on the helmet repeal. But the federal government sent in a hotshot to testify against repeal signaled trouble. We got our phone tree communication going. It was no emails or cell phones back then, the article puts. And when the NHTSA expert Buchanan entered the hearing room, he saw 300 bikers staring at him in a not-so-friendly way. And in 1977, it was not cool to be a biker. So you can imagine what them, suits felt right back then. We brought in our own expert, Ed Armstrong, ABATE of Illinois, an engineer who testified and had many charts and diagrams to back up his presentation of why mandatory helmets were not the solution to reducing injury and deaths. As expected, Buchanan testified with the usual statistics and claims NHTSA was famous for, but when pressed by the senator to provide documentation for his claims, he had none. Statistics without documentation are not compelling, at least to the senator. Tony Sanfilippo, he is a freaking legend. Tony! Though through manipulation of the speaking order slips, was able to wrangle a speaker's position right after Buchanan. The NHTSA expert passed himself off as a fellow writer. A lot of people do that nowadays. Explaining he rode to work every day. Thanks to ABATE of New York, we learned that Buchanan was ordered to learn how to ride and was furnished a 450cc Honda courtesy of the NHTSA. So he lied right there, didn't he? Hey, but that's what suits do in Washington. Yes, he rode to work every day, all 5 miles each way. The gathering laughed and applauded when Tony revealed these facts. He also refuted most of the statistics Buchanan offered and had documentation and handouts, courtesy of AMA, to support his testimony about increased broken necks with helmet use in New York and the reduction in fatalities after repeal in several states based on ratio of deaths and increased registrations. And, the article goes on. I don't want to keep on going over it because I want you guys to see the full article over on HarleyLiberty.com. But this came from ABATE of Wisconsin, and what a history in there. And it talks about the showdown between Easy Riders Magazine, the various state ABATE chapters, on how to do a national group, the whole 9 yards. Basically, a history of how ABATE happened and how they, fought everything. Great stuff. Again, history for you youngins. Go join ABATE. No ifs, ands, or buts. You got to get involved in the organization. I hear a lot of people, I want to join a club, blah, blah, blah. Okay, clubs are great, but they got a lot of freaking dedication you have to do. A lot of people can't do it. So ABATE is a must, even for a club member. Go join ABATE, man. But check out HarleyLiberty.com tomorrow for that article from ABATE of Wisconsin. It also has, it said the next installment of the article is going to be Madness, Mayhem, and, I can't even, it's misspelled in Madison. So, anyway, today we're going to be talking about profiling, and I want you guys to take a look at this video real quick. And on this video, it's provided by the Motorcycle Profiling Project. Double D heads it up, and they also have a survey. Now, this year's goal is to get 10,000 submissions to the survey. Doing so will help give a better idea of what's going on, a better percentage, and all that good stuff. The link is in the description box to fill it out if you ever felt that you were profiled by the cops. Now, this don't only have to deal with club members, it's independents as well. But let's take a quick look at this video real quick, and we'll come back.
Well, I mean, they didn't have, they weren't sheriffs. They damn sure weren't sheriffs. In fact, I saw two of them on Main Street walking the whole deal. Well, they're stopping anybody with wear passes. That's what I'm saying. Those are your guys. I'm not sure. No, you guys are going to stick with your colors. You're going to get stopped. I can't. Hey, I can't. But I can tell you, don't. Not here.
Well, yeah, they are. I think I gotta stroke them real quick for busting the light bar. You know. You guys want citations, right? Full enforcement. So. It's packed, dude. I don't want to be on Main Street, bro. We're doing the outlaw motorcycle gang stuff. So. Yeah. This is my first stop of the night, so.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. I get up every day, I go to work, I pay taxes. I just want to be left the fuck alone.
Well,
you know?
take your fancy little jacket off then.
That'll never happen, man.
Okay.
You know? I mean, I hate to say it, but the police department is the biggest gang there is.
And he is right about that, the police being the biggest gang there is. In that video provided by Motorcycle Profiling Project, which you want to go over and take a look. Double D does a lot of great articles on that site, and he really works tirelessly for all motorcyclists and bikers and stuff like that. It's just not club members. In this video, yeah, you've seen what they were doing down in Daytona and stuff and what the clubs have to face. You heard cops say, well, if you wear the vest, we're pulling you over. There is nothing that other than that vest that they are using to pull people over. There's no predicates, no nothing, no probable cause. It's just because they are wearing a vest, which is their First Amendment rights to free association. And one of the things, now we know the clubs are dealing with this, and of course you got the Save the Patch effort going on out in California right now, where the government is actually going after the Mongols, which I have a thesis actually coming out on Friday that outlines a bunch of stuff. It's a two-part thing. It deals with this subject, how clubs might be able to get, above this or around it, bikers in general, the club lifestyle in general. Yes, everything from the media to policing their own, getting rid of the bad apples that cause all this kind of crap. But when it comes to profiling on a motorcycle, my recommendation is have a phone on you. And if you see them cherries light up behind you, I have an app on my phone where it's a spy cam app as well as an audio recorder app. All I have to do is touch that button, and those cops are going live. Now, I do it live on the internet because, hey, they grab your phone, they take it away from you, get rid of what's on that phone. But if you go live on your social media account, they cannot do that. Now, the reason why I go live on social media is Insane Throttle and Motorcycle Madhouse are not the most liked among law enforcement, okay? So me, I'm reaching for that phone, I'm hitting my live, and you'll start seeing everything going on with me. But what this does is protect you, and it also lets the general public know what exactly is going on, how bad the profiling is getting. Now, earlier I read a couple paragraphs of that article. 1977 was some tough years, the 70s, mid-70s. Tough years. That's when everything that you enjoy now started to happen because of those who were fighting back then. And it's coming full circle, it looks like, with the cops. Texas is the worst state right now for profiling. They are going at that, followed by Florida, as you can see from the freaking video. And this is what club members have to face, but it's also starting to trickle down to regular bikers, regular motorcycle enthusiasts. Now, you got some yahoos out there saying, well, if you don't do nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about. That ain't the point. The point is, if they don't have probable cause, you ain't doing nothing wrong, and if it's just because you're riding a bike that they pull you over, what are you doing? You want to give your rights away because you ain't doing nothing wrong and you got nothing to worry about? No, that's horseshit, man. That's weak, and that's a cop-out, if you ask me. You have to start fighting back against this type of stuff. We talk about it every day almost on this program about how you have to stand up for your rights as an American. This Save the Patch deal right now, this don't only affect Mongols, this don't affect motorcycle clubs. This affects you as an American citizen. You don't even need a damn bike in this case right here is affecting you. Now, how can you say that? Well, right now, the government is arguing that the organization as a whole is criminal. Why? Because in actions of a few members 10 years ago. Because anybody that actually reads the indictment or reads what the verdict was will see the charges after that rat Doc Caballos was thrown out were dropped against the Mongols, okay? They were only found guilty on when Doc was involved. That's, you got to read up on the case, know what you're looking at to know what's really going on. Now, if the government can go and say, you're a criminal organization because a few of you guys went out and committed crimes, now, take a step back. You're a moose. Or you're the Elks, or, you're the freaking Eagles, or whatever the hell you want to call yourselves, or whatever you're involved in, Knights of Columbus, whatever. So you got, say, a chapter that goes awry, does things, and it does happen, trust me. It happens in every organization that there is. This will happen. So if the feds get a hair up their ass, they'll go and say, hey, you're a criminal organization. We want to use asset forfeiture against you. Now, what is asset forfeiture? Well, basically, when somebody's charged with RICO or some other kind of crime, the government goes in and says, hey, they got this because of proceeds of crime. So they take it away from you and your ability to fight your case in court. Now, to me, I thought this is America and you have a right to a fair trial. How is that a fair trial when the government is taking all your assets where you can't get a fair trial? What, are you going to get a public pretender? Come on, give me a break. A couple programs ago, those public pretenders were getting 400 cases on their load each and every month. Really? They're going to give you 5 minutes when you come to court, and that's your fair trial? No, So it's real important that everybody gets involved, but the most important thing is if you feel that you were profiled, get to this link in the bottom description box and fill it out. It means a hell of a lot when you do this. You got to fill out the survey, get the word out to fellow brothers and sisters that ride, and get the word out to independents, to hog members, to everybody. Share that link. Get it out there on the net. Share it on your social media. That way people know that there's an avenue to go and express what happened to you. Because, like in Texas, and we're going to talk about What happened with that one kid? He was wearing a patch. They pulled him over. No damn apparent freaking reason. And next thing they're saying is, we got to take your photograph. If not, you're going to jail. And all this kid was doing was going to school. The only thing he did wrong was wear a vest. This can't stand in America. No, you got to fight back. And, I'll hear a lot of people. Oh, who we got here? You're on air.
Hey, this is Jim. I want to tell you something. I'm not a member of a club, but I was getting pulled over all the time. I live in Metro D.C. area. If I didn't use my blinker to change lanes, the motherfuckers would pull me over. You don't even have to have a blinker on your bike up here in this state, but they still pull my ass over.
Now, I'm glad you called it and you're talking about Metro DC. Now, you're not a club member, none of that stuff, but there's a lot of people out there that believe in, you're a club member, they're going to pull you over. They're not going to pull you over if you're not doing anything wrong. And what I just heard was, they will pull you over even though you're not doing wrong.
Dude, when I'm in my car, I have a truck, when I'm on the Beltway or 95, I can do 75, 80 miles an hour, no problems. I've been driving that stretch to work for, goddamn, 20 fucking years. I'm sorry for the language.
No, go ahead.
And no problems. They never even, I pass them, dude. They're on the fucking shoulder. 75, 80 miles an hour. They don't pull me over. I was doing, the speed limit is 65. I think I was doing 68. The motherfuckers pull me over.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to love this shit. And I'm not telling people they should if they weren't, but I'm an old Marine. So I put this thing on the back of my license plate, USMC Semper Fi, below it. I'm not bullshitting you.
Rock and roll.
I haven't been pulled over since. I'm not bullshitting you. They have not pulled me over. Well, no. I was doing like 80 and a 50 in a residential, like a back road, but that doesn't count. They got me. I was fucking up, but on the highway, I have not been pulled over one time. They tagged me 4 times, changing lanes. No. They didn't give me a ticket. They just pulled me over. Changing lanes without a blinker. I was doing a 68 and a 65. It was 200 times. I can't remember. Anyway, I wear black T-shirts and blue jeans and boots and scary-looking shit. I got a chain on my wallet because I'm afraid it's going to fucking fall out of my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So I look like a bad guy to those fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I put USMC on my plate, which I was, they let me alone.
Well, that's awesome to hear that kind of stuff. But just getting pulled over for what was their excuse for initially pulling you over?
That's what I was saying. I was doing, like I said, 68 and a 65 when I can do 75 and 80 in my car and they don't look twice, and not using my blinker to change lanes.
Mm-hmm. So that's the horse shit that they use to pull you over.
Yeah.
Man, I believe it.
And they didn't even give me a ticket. They were just checking me out.
Man, that's messed up, man. Well, you know what you need to do is in the description box, go over there and fill out that profiling survey. Let MPP know your story because it helps us out fighting this motorcycle profiling.
All right. And I did join a bait. And
hell yeah, that's awesome right there. Hell yeah, we got a freaking new member. That's awesome.
And I'm thinking about riding out to your ride out over to Michigan. Is it in June?
Yeah, it's June 7th. We do the ride. We're gonna go through Wisconsin and up through the UP and all that good stuff, then end up at that party. And we're going to have a hell of a time, man. Hopefully, Steven just put who the hell knows what will come down if listeners in Hollywood get pulled over during the 8 Michigan run. I wouldn't doubt it, man. Hopefully.
I hope I can meet you and shake your hand, man. You're a good guy.
Rock on, man. I appreciate it. Black Dragon will be up there too. We're all gonna have a good party.
Cool, man.
Awesome, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, bye.
We also got a special guest that's going to be calling in shortly. She's, I think she's actually out of Virginia too, but we're waiting for her to call in. Until then, we'll have some fun. I'm going to go into this chat room and check out what is going. What is the Facebook page called? Insane Throttle. That is the parent company of Motorcycle Madhouse. That's the one that sponsors everything. That's the one that runs HarleyLiberty.com. So where's this guy? He was from Virginia, JR. Dibs is in the house, man. If you guys, again, every Sunday you got Dibs out there doing his chats. Go over to his channel, Dibber in the Wind. The cops over here use a system called number plate recognition. They know if your docs are in order without even pulling you over. Man, that's some scary stuff right now. Hearing that, but Europe's a lot different than the United States, man. They got more of a surveillance type of society than we do in the United States. But you know what? We're not far behind. We really ain't. Let's have some fun here. I called into a radio show again. This is a motorcycle, a biker one. And I just for fun and stuff like that, because I really like seeing different biker content out there and like supporting it. But I had some fun yesterday. Listen up. Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good.
You called the guy back.
Is this radio show?
Yes. Yeah.
I am looking to advertise.
Oh, yeah? What are you This is going to be funny.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I'm looking to advertise.
What are you advertising?
I own Harley.
You own Harley? Harley?
Yeah, I own Harley, and I want to advertise. I want to get the big boobs.
You want to get the big boobs?
Yes, I want to get the big boobs.
Why, you have peanut boobs now?
What is so funny? I want to get the big boobs like the guy with the glasses.
Oh, that's funny.
I want to see him in tutu.
He went to I got a feeling he's wearing one already.
He's a fine looking man.
Nice.
So how do I advertise?
You are already.
Right.
You are the Harley guy with the big boobs. That's who you are.
Or do you want the audio? My goodness gracious, big boobs. Do you have big boob women?
Yes. Oh my God, this is great.
What's happening?
No, this guy. All right, thanks for calling the show, man. Have a good night.
Why are you hanging up on me? Yeah, we were having some fun over on the radio show doing the Johnny Five voice. Oh my goodness gracious, Johnny Five is alive. If anybody remembers that, what is that, Short Circuit, man? That's where I got that voice, man, with that freaking guy with the glasses and stuff like that. But yeah, they got a radio show. I believe it's called Mayhem, and it's a 2-hour show that they do each week, and a bunch of good bikers over there. And check them out. I forgot. I should have got the freaking information and stuff like that. But I was having too much fun, okay? That's what happens when, you get off the air, you start smoking a doobie, and you get bored. you go on other platforms and start screwing around. But Johnny Five is still alive. I'm telling you. He's probably married by now. But anyway, we're supposed to have a guest, Captain, I think it was Mayhem Radio, or I'll check it out. I have to look it up again. But actually, Fat Daddy turned me on to him and stuff like that, and was watching them. And it's really cool to see the radio shows, because we're a radio deal, mostly on iHeartRadio and Spotify. You know what? The guy who started it all was Good Time Charlie. He is like up there. He's the godfather of biker radio. He is the man, and one that I really learned from watching him. He's an outgoing guy. He's an encyclopedia of the motorcycle lifestyle and stuff. So go over there and check out Good Time Charlie as well. He does a lot of Facebook lives in the morning. It's BIC Radio on Facebook, and he's just a great guy, man. That guy can play blues guitar like it's not going out of style. And he does a lot of the Sturgis, I believe the Buffalo Chips party that he does every year. Hopefully we'll see Good Time Charlie in the Sturgis Hall of Fame one of these days, because he deserves it. He deserves the whole damn thing right there to get in there. But the phone line's open. Call in. You want to screw around a little bit? I'll give it a couple more minutes. 847-957-1656. We'll take your stories of motorcycle profiling, or we're just taking your creepy ass stories in general. If you're a freak, let us know, man. Call on in. Can I wear my Sons of Anarchy vest? Hey, man, whatever freaking jollies you, do your thing. If you want to be fucking jacks, that's on you, bud. You know, what I can say is being a biker means don't give a shit what other people think. So you want to wear a vest, go ahead and wear it, man. What the hell do I care? Smooth buzz. Hey, man, you got to be a 420 user, man. You really do. Anyway, what else we got going in here? James, Michigan, our governor, just signed the concealed carry no permit into law. Well, hell yeah, man. I carry everywhere I go, man. I got a nice 357 snub nose that I carry around with me all the time. So, hell yeah, I carry even if you don't have a fucking law. I don't give a shit. Off topic, but how many damn times can somebody say go to bed to a 2-year-old? I'm 2000. Steven. Yeah, I was through that. I got grandbabies that side. Let's see here. Dibby. Where that shit near me? You'll be going on without it. Fucking dibs. Where the weed at? Because... oh, man, I'm smoking some Blue Dreams, man, last night when I got on the Johnny 5 kick with Motorcycle Mayhem. That's the freaking station. Motorcycle Mayhem now came back to me. But, yeah, go ahead and check that out. But really, if you want something cool in the morning, Good Time Charlie, I think, is Monday through Fridays, or Monday through Thursdays, I think it is. I go on there once in a while I'm prepping my show, and he's got a lot of kick-ass DJs, and he's also doing a second film that is biker-related. The first film was just phenomenal. You gotta see it. I think he has it on Amazon where you downstream it, and you also can get the DVD from him. And I think that's on his bicradio.com address. But don't quote me. He's actually filming the Rough Riders right now. And yeah, it's freaking awesome seeing a biker movie that don't involve shooting, drug dealing, all that other stuff. You can actually sit down with your kids and watch one of Good Time Charlie's films, and it's fast becoming a cult classic. And that's how you know, if you want to know how to support creators, because in the old days it used to be just Easy Riders and the freaking, you know, outlaw biker magazines. We had to wait, you know, once a month to get them and stuff like that. So supporting the creators out there by, you know, like Good Time Charlie's movie, go over there, pick it up. That helps him keep that going and giving you more creator content. Then you got the Patreons, the YouTube super chats. That helps the creators out because, you know, against all freaking opinions, this stuff is not freaking cheap to run a show like that we do. You got to pay for bandwidth and all that type of stuff, your websites. It gets pretty damn expensive, not including all the editing time and stuff like that. So that really helps creators out there. You know, Dibs, Black Dragon, freaking Texas Biker Radio. They got a YouTube channel, and they're an actual radio show too. And Popeye Moss and all them guys, they actually really get out there. They pump against the motorcycle profiling. Popeye just put out a new video over on the stockyards and stuff like that. So go ahead and take a look at that, and go support these guys. Go out there, get all kinds of different opinions. You don't have to like each creator because each creator has their own, ideals. Thanks for that, Dan. I appreciate that. 81 Birdu supporter in the house, he says. But, that helps the creator take it to another level. It gets them equipment and stuff like that. A lot of people, and also watch the YouTube ads on their videos, and even on this station, you don't even have to watch them. Just let them play. Go take a piss and get you a joint lit up or something like that. It really helps everybody out. So go out there, support your creators, because it is a new age. And remember, it's entertainment, people. This is not gospel. This is entertainment. Just like that show, SOA, Mayans, that's entertainment. That's not real life, okay? Hollywood, how do we see that? Like Big Cass said, this stuff on Amazon Prime, but can't find it. I know it's, you just got to look up the title to Charlie's Rebels on the Highway on Amazon, and it should pop right up. You can either rent it, buy it, and it's right there for stream. Now, on the other one with Big Kaz, I think he's Vimeo. If I'm not mistaken, I got to look that up, but that's that 1% documentary that he did. I think that's available on, it has to be Vimeo, because I don't think I've seen it up on Amazon Prime or whatever the hell it calls. I'm a Hulu guy, man. I really don't know. I watch Hulu and I watch Netflix. I watch that Blacklister, James Spader. He freaking rocks, man. Especially in that Boston Legal series. If you guys never seen Boston Legal, go watch that shit, okay? I wish I had a lawyer like that when I'm in trouble. But yeah, you can go over there, get his stuff, but go and like his stuff. And you know what? He'll text you back, call you, whatever, and let you know how to get it. And he's got a special right now for Valentine's Day. I think it's $10 for his DVDs. The shirts, Motorcycle Madhouse, like behind me, we dropped down to $15 plus shipping, so get them while you can. They go pretty quick. I'll take one more question. You guys are getting nuts. Hollywood, any news of the classifieds you were planning on? Ant, right now, that's real busy for us. We got these programs going. We got the Undercover Dealer program that's premiering March 1st, so we've been working on that. We got a lot of video content coming out, which is keeping our time. And with the videos like that, it's going to be every Friday for the Undercover Dealership, when I'll go into a dealership with a camera on and see how they act, all that kind of stuff. And the biggest question we're going to ask is why Harley Davidson is failing so bad, and that program's going to let us know. So that'll come out every Friday, once a week and stuff like that. So, let's see here. I need a Last Douchebag t-shirt. If you guys want a Last Douchebag t-shirt, I need 10 to order them. If you're interested, info at InsaneThrottleBikerNews.com. Let's see here. Are there any other states besides Cali that allow lane filtering, splittering? You're on air. How you doing, New York?
How you doing, Hollywood?
What's up? What's up?
Not much. Listen, man, good show on the profiling. I just wanted to add to it. I just wanted to add to it a little bit.
What's up, man? Go ahead. Shoot. I'm here mumbling, so go ahead. Hey, man. How did you like Johnny Five, man?
I liked it. I did. I thought it was cool.
Man, I sound just like I sound just like one of them, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Go ahead, man.
I wanted to add to it. I'm always on the highways doing a long distance riding.
Right.
The last, I say, 2 years, the police department on the highways, at least, has actually been easing up. Because I get pulled over all the time. Where I see the problem is more so around the events. Like when you get up into Surges, Daytona, Laconia, stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? North Carolina. On the highways, though, the police department has actually been easing up. At least for me, they have.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I get pulled over. It's usually for speeding, obviously.
Right.
You know, so I find it's all in how you handle yourself, and all about the respect.
Right. Now, what
Just
so
the public knows a little bit. You know what I mean?
Now, what did you think of the video you seen with the club members just standing around, and here you got cops saying, "Hey, if you got a patch, we're pulling you over." No, predicated evidence, no freaking justification, nothing.
You get that here and there. It's out of me quite often, and it's used like the last number of years. It's usually, like I said, around the events, or back in maybe in the neighborhoods, but not on the highways, though. Right. I find usually like when I get pulled, like the last couple of years, I did a lot of running, and I found that after they know you're on the road for a while, because the cameras go from New York pretty much all the way across to California. So you pretty much same thing down south. You got a lot of cameras on the highways now, where they don't even need the police department. They just watch through the cameras, actually.
Right.
But I found that in the last couple of years, usually I get pulled over. The first thing I do is I leave my hands on the handlebars. I do not take my hands off the handlebars. I let the officer approach me. And I tell the officer, listen, I just want you to know that you're safe. That's why I left my hands on the bars. Mm-hmm. Then the first thing, the man's usually pulling you over for speeding or something.
Man, you're a lot nicer than I am. But go ahead. I'm a dick to cops.
It's like I said. It's all in what you do. Don't deny it because you're usually speeding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I usually do is I tell them, it's my fault. I wasn't paying attention. I was getting into the ride. Just to be honest with you, you'd be surprised. A lot of the guys today will cut you a break. That's straight out. That's my experience. I find most of the profiling is all around the event. And if you're in a neighborhood that's got a problem or something like that. Right. On the highways, for the most part, at least for the last couple of years, it's been pretty good.
Well, you know what? You might be right because the highway cops are a lot different than locals and federal and stuff like that. Most of the time, them state Leos, they got a freaking patrol of 50-mile freaking stretch of highway by themselves and stuff like that. So, they're a different type of cop. But with me, anytime I'm pulled over, man, it's clipping on that freaking video and that audio. And one person asked me, is there anything other than a phone? You can actually get a micro recorder to use that you could slip on a keychain or something like that. But with me, because of the profile and stuff, they hate my freaking guts, so I got to record.
Well, some places I go and they're in the air with helicopters circling everybody, people across the street with cameras. It just depends, But for the most part, on the highways, the state troopers and stuff have really been actually pretty good, in my opinion, the last 2 years or so.
Now,
all in how you approach it.
Have you been to the rallies lately and seen how they were acting?
The last couple of years, I've been trying to stay away from the rallies because I've had problems at the rallies. Last time I was at Surges,
they're all corporate, aren't they, man? You know what? I used to love going to Daytona, and now I hate it.
Well, the last rally I worked was actually Surges. And I was out there for the whole day in 2015. We did a memorial ride, okay? And I was in Surges. It's all corporate. I was talking with a friend of mine. I could see I was being eyed up. I got pulled over in the middle of Surges. They said racing from stop sign to red light. And anybody who's been there knows that that's impossible. I was just pulled out. But anyway, I was arrested for not having $120 in my pocket. They are out there because they want you to pay the ticket right away.
Right. Hey, you got to pay that. You got to pay.
That doesn't happen on the highways, though. That doesn't happen on the highways.
Yeah, and Surges, you got to pay that bill right up front, or your ass going to jail.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they did to me, and they put me on. I think it was a bond. They couldn't leave the state for $120. It was ridiculous. It was totally ridiculous.
You know what's cool? You know what's cool? Dibs just brought this up. The rallies in the UK, the corporations don't get near those rallies. It's all club run out in the UK. I've heard Dibs talk about that and stuff. That's the way it used to be out here in the States, man. They were a lot more fun, I think.
Well, Laconia sometimes is pretty much more like that. Laconia is pretty much 81. When you're on Weirs Beach, 81 is out there. You got all the different clubs, New Jersey, New York, and everybody's selling their T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that. And then you got your certain little corporate stuff up in mixed in with it.
Right,
you
right.
know, Surges is just strictly corporate. And then Daytona's the same thing because everything happens at the track, you know, or it happens in town. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
So
you know, you used to have a cool ass, you know, freaking beach races out there bedding and stuff like that. But you know, the freaking fuzz is everywhere, man. Now, you know, you have to go way out of town to get freaking anything fun anymore. That's why I really stopped going. You know, unless you're going to Akala or something like that. You know, and another thing that I hate about the rallies is you can go down there and guarantee 10, 15 people get killed on a bike.
Yeah, that's true. That's gotten a little better, though. That's gotten better.
Right. You know, I remember
that's gotten a little better.
I remember the last time I was down in Daytona, man, we were running the freaking, you know, running along and stuff like that, and some freaking guy, man, he must have hit a bump or drunk or something, man, veered off in the left lane with the oncoming semi. It didn't end too good.
Well, see, that's the problem with the rallies. You got a lot of people, you know, again, like I always tell you got the bike owners, and I wouldn't even call them the rubs, man, because a lot of the rubs could ride, you know?
Right.
They're the bike owners, and they get out there, and they haven't been on a bike all year, and if they decide they're in South Dakota, hey, let's go ride the Black Hills. And anybody who's been to Surges know that that's not the time to go ride the Black Hills because it's like being in New York City traffic.
No, right. They just don't. Hollywood, give Pam a shout out. Pammy, I hope you're doing good. That's my girl. But go ahead. You're right about. You know, I really don't. I stay away from the bigger events now because it's just like the A-Bait run. That's something I like going to is the A-Bait stuff because not only are they cool down to earth people, but they know how to ride and they have some badass parties, man. You know, they have some badass parties. So, you know, it takes a corporate event by storm in my, you know, thinking anyways.
No, I agree with you on that. I agree with you. But the rallies got very expensive, too. You know, when I used to go down to Daytona and help out and do stuff in Daytona, the rooms were like almost $300 a night. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you know, you're right on that because it was what $1,500 for the week to rent a freaking house that we did. Holy shit, I remember that.
Yeah, the same thing happened with Laconia. I mean, I worked with Laconia with Satan Cycles and Cycles for a number of years at the drive-in. They did a biker build-off, but new people took it over, like almost like property management people. And it's how do I describe it? They turned it into almost like a craft fair. It's hard. Some of the vendors aren't even making money.
Right. Well, you know, let's see here. Pastor Aaron, Easy Rider Rodeo. I used to love them rodeos, Aaron, but they got rid of the Morris one in Illinois, and they only have a few, and the big one in Chillicothe and stuff like that. But, you know, even that's got corporate.
Yeah, no, it's all corporate. But like I said, like, you know, the whole industry has changed.
Right.
You know?
Well, it's a different style, and I know that and it's just like, you know, with the profiling stuff during this article that I'm doing, yeah, you know, we are a big freaking supporter of clubs and clubs' rights, but at the same time, there has to be a middle ground where clubs say, hey, get rid of the jackasses that are causing all these damn problems.
The clubs pretty much do that, at least from what I see anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't speak for the clubs. I'm not a member, but just from what I see.
Well, I'm talking from
police their own pretty good.
Well, I'm talking from a news end because I got to cover all the bad stuff, and you know, some of the stuff that comes out, it's like you think to yourself, "What the hell you guys thinking, man?"
No, I know. Well, you know how it is, Hollywood.
Right.
For 1,000 good things the clubs do, one thing goes wrong, that's all you hear about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's one of my arguments when it comes to the press, because right now the media and law enforcement, they work hand in hand, and they got that propaganda out there that's so bad that, you know, by the time anything gets to trial, the civilians' minds already made up or their votes made up for new laws and stuff like that. You got to get counter propaganda going out there.
No, you're right. See, I try to put it out there to people. Most people don't realize, you know, and I try to put it this way. It's not that all law enforcement is bad, but law enforcement needs a bad guy. And it's easy to point the finger to the biker and say he's the bad guy because that's what they see on TV, that's what they see on Gangland, and people don't know that they don't educate themselves. So the first thing they do is they see stuff like that, and everybody must be that way.
Right.
The worst thing that ever happened was the stupid show, The Sons of Anarchy.
Oh my God!
People see that, and they think that's the real shit.
Well,
that's the worst thing that ever happened to biker clubs.
Well, it is, and what's even worse than you know what? People are right about this. We had actual club members in that goddamn show. And when the clubs are out there saying, well, that was a shitty show for the club scene and blah, 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 well, we did have actual members that appeared in that damn show. You know, so, you know, it cuts both ways. The biggest thing is it's entertainment. Just like this show. Just like this show. My opinions mean dick. I'm here to entertain. That's it. You know,
exactly.
Don't take anything that I say is gospel because shit is different all over the world. Don't take anything that other programs say because it's different all over the world. We are entertainment. We are here filling a gap which Easy Riders used to have, which, you know, Outlaw Biker News magazines used to have. We're here in a different era trying to fill the gap for everybody because nobody wants to pay $6 for a magazine and wait a month.
Exactly. No, you're right. And the same thing what I say is just my opinion and my experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, what really bugs me is when you got guys out there like that one guy, Dibs actually called it out hardcore. That one guy, I think it was Biker in the Wind, or I don't know what the hell it was called. But the guy was talking shit about clubs and stuff and had no idea what he's talking about. That's where it can be a dangerous tool, these content programs, where people can't distinguish between entertainment and what's for real. That can really hurt.
The idiot who does it.
Yeah, no, not that guy. The other freaking guy, the white hair guy, the one I put on blast over here, and Dibs also.
Oh,
put,
yeah.
See,
that's the problem, man. That's the problem today.
Right, you know.
Idiots like that go on YouTube.
Right, you know, and I really appreciate all the followerships. Our listener base is huge. Worldwide, but again, guys, this is just freaking entertainment, man. You know, when it comes to clubs, it's a serious business. That's why I'll be the first one to say to you, go join, you know, something like a riding club, or you have to join a bait. I'm one of the biggest supporters of a bait. I believe in its cause, and I think that's what fits most people. Or like yourself, you ride hardcore. Go join the Iron Butt Association. Get involved with that organization. You do not need a patch to be a biker.
No, by no means. Matter of fact, Iron Butt Association, there is no patch at all, actually. Mm-hmm. The only patch you get is when you complete a ride, actually.
Right.
You get your documentation, and you get a patch and a pin, but the patch is usually about, I don't know, 3-4 inches, and it says what you did, 1,000 miles or 1,500 miles. That's all the patch is.
Yeah, but you know what? It's an accomplishment. You know, somebody who's riding within that time, that's a big accomplishment to me. But people need to get involved in them type of organizations, because if you are somebody going through a midlife freaking crisis, like a lot of people are, when they get those bikes, they go out there and say, okay, I seen this show, or this is what I want to be a badass. I'm going to go put on a patch. Next thing you know, something bad happens, and clubs are being blamed for this shit.
Yeah, well, you're always going to have it. There's always somebody out there. You know, it's I don't know. You're always going to have it, Hollywood, unfortunately.
Right.
You know,
well, yeah, but don't you think it's gotten worse in recent years? Because Personally, and I'm not just talking about that show. I'm talking about going all the way back to the Discovery Channel, biker build-offs and stuff like that. You know, it was great that it got an influx of all kinds of people into the lifestyle. But when they started going patches and starting clubs, that's where I think it got fucked up.
Oh, you and me both. I see a lot of that, actually. People, they think they're just going to go out and start a club, you know?
Right.
But, that's just the uneducated, unfortunately.
Well, you know, a lot of people ask, you know, why ain't you in a club anymore? Well, I got epilepsy, okay? It started in 2006, and, you know, I was days away from, you know, a boat and stuff like that. But I said to myself, you know, I got this disease, epilepsy, and if I have a grand mal going 85 miles an hour and take out a pack, that ain't too freaking cool. So that's, you know, the reason I left. And, you know, that's the reason why I won't join a club now, is because, you know, it still happens once in a while. Yeah, surgery and the meds helped a little bit. But you know, I'll join A-Bait, which I'm a member of A-Bait and stuff, support them. But doing it full time when I know I can't give 110%, that's not something I'll do.
You know, that's called being responsible.
Right. You know, killed me freaking, I think it was 51 days to patch, but anyway, or first vote. But, you know, I just couldn't see myself doing that back then when these things weren't under control and stuff like that. So, but that's a question I get all the time. But you're right. You know, why I like talking about you is because you got so many miles under your belt. And yeah, you see a lot of the guys, even these content creators claiming that they ride and ride and ride. Well, you only see them ride on video. Don't know what they're doing else time. But one of the video content creators I do like is Scooter Tramp Scotty, man. He's been on the road for like 10 freaking years or something or more. You know, those type of guys are cool to watch because they pack up their stuff 2 weeks, go to the next town, or they go work the biker rallies for money, and they're living the free lifestyle like that. So I really respect you guys.
Yeah, I enjoy being out there. It's a lifestyle. You know, me personally, I like to run, and I'm a pretty much an adrenaline junkie. So I need that. You know, and plus I'm on the road by myself. When I'm riding, doing my long distance ride, and I run no radio, no GPS. You know, I don't carry any extra fuel. It's just me and the bike, 2 saddlebags, you know, nothing extra strapped to the bike. Yeah, I got my
hold on a second. Hey, Luke, man, you need to get laid, dude, if you think A-Bait and queers are gimps. Fucking idiot. Go ahead.
Like I said, see? There you go. There's always one out there.
There's always one asshole. Go ahead.
Exactly. No, but my riding, I'm at peace with my riding. I enjoy it. You know, it's where all my money goes, pretty much.
Right.
You know, I just enjoy it. You know, I don't need to put it on the internet. I don't need to put it on Facebook or any of that stuff. It's my memories.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, and I'm very fortunate. I know a lot of people on the road. I've been around some real good people. You know, so.
Rock and roll, man.
Times, you know, to me, it's about the good times. It's about being out there with the people, enjoying the people, you know, doing our thing. I'm a burner,
right?
You know, I'm like you. I'm a 420 guy. You know, easy to get along with. I do my thing. I enjoy the clubs. I really do. I love the shit out of the parties. You know, but you know, and I know. That's a club thing. That's a lifestyle. That's a totally big commitment.
Right. Well, your lifestyle, we call you scooter tramps. And that's a word that a lot of these new jacks don't know is scooter tramps. You are a scooter tramp because you do 50,000 miles in a year, while most of us are over here stroking our pole, doing maybe 10, 15, and going our stuff. You ride it, motherfucker.
Yeah, sometimes I do that in like 6 months. That's a compliment. People don't realize it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, scooter tramps.
I take it as a compliment anyway.
Right, man.
So, no, it's nice though. I love it. Here up in the Northeast, I'm lucky. From Pennsylvania all the way to Maine, we have some of the best back roads in the country. We have tight, twisty, turny stuff. We got towns here in New England that there's not even one straight road on. The towns are actually designed that way. So
No, you know what? A ride. Besides the tip of South America, I wanted to do was a ride through Maine during freaking fall with all the different colors on the trees.
you want to ride Maine in fall? Listen, my girlfriend and I, every single fall, we got a whole big 2-day loop we do just for the fall colors.
Man,
That when you get up in around Fort Kent, Maine, up and around there, you start coming down 11. You got a lot of the sugar maples. They turn red. They're beautiful. I'm working on a 1,500-mile ride right now for the IDA, actually, which will probably take off out of East Haven, Connecticut, or run straight up 91. It'll run all the way up to the Canadian border. It'll pick up 2 or run 2 all the way across into Bangor, Maine. It'll run 95 for a little bit, and then it'll pick up with 11. It'll run 11 all the way up to 14 to the Montelise, which is the fourth northern corner of the United States, one of the 4 corners.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll turn around, you come back down 11. You'll run 11 to 16. You'll run 16, which kind of zigzags all up along the most northern part of Maine, because there's a lot of back roads. You'll come out around Jackman, Maine. I mean, you're right up at the border. Then you'll come down 201, and then you'll run, it was 6 up, and then you'll run 16 across. You run 16 all the way across into New Hampshire, and you'll pick up, I believe, 26, which runs northwest.
Man.
To 3, you'll come back to 91 now, 1,500 miles.
That's something we might have to plan in the freaking fall or something. Bring up a pack, go up on that kind of ride, man. Because those colors have to be fantastic. Go over to the sea and freaking, get some seafood. Because I'm a big seafood guy. So oysters are my thing. So.
But seriously, if that's what you're into, like Bangor, Maine, between you and me, you can get a motel room cheap. There's plenty of stuff like that, and you got Arcadia right there, and that's only maybe a half-hour ride. That's beautiful. You're right on the ocean. There's a lot to see over there, and you turn around the next day, you ride up into Maine, you do the loop. There's a lot to do up there. The colors are literally beautiful. The best time, in my opinion, is the end of September, first week of October.
Right.
But you got to pay, so you do get a lot of cold days up there. You get a lot of days up there that are in the 30s.
Damn.
36, 38.
That's summer. Right now, we're freezing out here, man. Well, another one would be freaking Canada, but them assholes won't let me over the border, the cocksuckers. I used to go to Windsor, Canada all the time to play the freaking craps table. They won't let me over the border now. You are a bunch of cocksuckers, you Canadian fucking police.
Shit.
They take, they're jagoffs. They won't let me over, even with a passport. But
that's all right, Ali. We got the best riding right here in the lower 48. That's why people all over the world come here to ride.
Rock and roll, man.
We actually have the best roads. People don't realize that skip the highway system, just the back roads. I mean, you could literally ride across the country on back roads.
Right.
Look at old Highway 50. It runs all the way straight through Colorado and all that. You don't run that across the country. So there's Highway 20. There's plenty of beautiful back roads that you could literally ride 93 straight down. When you get out on the west side of the United States, there's so many back roads.
Right.
It's endless. It's literally endless. Which is good,
Right. Fucking Greg.
And there's so much to see. I mean, there's if you look, you'll see. If you guys go online, you'll see. There's guys out there that put rides together where a buddy of mine, Rob Coles, put a ride together. It's all national parks.
Mm-hmm.
You hit all these national parks, you get a certain amount of points, mileage and stuff. There's literally hundreds of national parks to hit in the United States.
Well, that A-Bait of Michigan run, we're going to be hitting the Hiawatha National Forest, and that is just gorgeous up there.
That is good. That is real nice up in there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous up there. We're gonna do an old school biker camp out and stuff like that, and then head over to the Wolverine campground. So that's gonna be a kick-ass ride, and that's what biking and being a biker is about: is going out there, having the rides, and not having all the politics and all that stuff. Because in the end, everybody likes the same damn shit. It's just getting to that point where everything straightens itself out.
Exactly. I believe I'm heading out there with a guy I haven't seen in 33 years. I just got in touch actually with him through the club, and at a party actually. 30 something years I haven't seen him, and him and I we're going to ride out on a pair of Softails to your party. So we're heading out.
Rock and roll, man.
We grew up together. We went to school together. I'm the old Easy Rider guy with the old Easy Rider magazines. Remember the centerfolds?
Oh, hell yeah. You used to put that shit up in the garage. And
yeah, I still got that stuff all over my offices. I still peel that stuff out. The artwork and stuff. Remember all the old David Mann?
All the old David Mann stuff, man. Now that's good times right there.
Beautiful work.
You know what? I actually feel sorry for the New Jacks, man. The young kids never got to experience what it was like just to have the magazines and stuff. It was a really cool lifestyle back then. And the internet gave us creators a way to get out there and create, but nothing really beats the old magazine days and putting them pictures up on your garage.
You know what the internet did? The internet took away that personal one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? That's what the internet did. It took away that.
Right.
And then with that, you got, like I keep telling you, you got all the internet cowboys that came along. The people who never did anything, sitting on the couch that claimed they conquered the world.
You got that right. I deal with them on a daily freaking basis.
Right. So, but you know what I'm saying? If you're out there doing it, you don't need to be on the internet broadcasting. Go out there and do it. Enjoy yourself. You know?
Exactly. Rock and roll, man. Well, you know what, man? I ran way over my half-hour limit, so that's what I like, getting out there, talking to everybody, and, it's awesome that you called in and stuff, and I really appreciate it. I love when you call in. I get to have conversations with you and stuff. And anybody in the chat room, you guys can do the same thing. You want to get on, talk? We don't have to talk about a specific subject. That's what's fun about the show. We get out there and do what we do, but I really appreciate having you on, buddy.
That's what I liked about the show. You could call in, add your opinion to the show. You can't do that on the news.
Right.
I'll talk to you later. Have a good night.
Rock out, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Speak it, everybody. Bye.
Man, I love when he calls in all the time and stuff like that. That is awesome. But pink tacos rule. Yeah, there's a design coming out for the pink tacos. But anyway, great show tonight. Good conversation. Had a couple laughs and stuff like that. I got to do some more freaking phone scams, don't I? But with that, everybody, you guys have a great night. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the show. Make sure you share it and all that good stuff. And there'll be a rerun of the online lives. Everybody at Facebook, thanks for the crew over there, Fat Daddy and the girls, and all that good stuff for sharing our stuff, getting us out there, and all the biker groups and all that. So with that, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching Motorcycle Madhouse Live. We're on Monday through Friday from 7 to 7:30. Check out some of these videos of our archives. Get to know us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all your support. We'll see you next time. Yeah.